Hi all, welcome to another Chess 24 Banter Blitz. So it's approaching 11:30. Actually, let's just quickly show the discount code screen. If you want to challenge me or other streamers, you just turn up 10 to 20 minutes beforehand and send off a challenge, but you have to be a premium member. So to be a premium member, to have all these fantastic benefits like challenging streamers and other stuff, you can use actually this voucher code Kingscrusher, and that will give you a whopping 15% off. So great opportunity to go premium. Let's have a look at our challenges today. So, Fuchs Rudel, good morning. Let's start with E4. I hope audio and visual is okay. If you want to let me know. Hi there on stream. Let's try knight C3. So I think I want to play G3 here and Bishop G2. Not as a pre-move, because Bishop takes. Yeah, in 5 minutes, I think the pre-moves are to the minimum. So just eyeing that D5 square right now. I think I want to deprive Bishop G4, because sometimes that's handy to weaken D4. But I would want to play G4, Knight G3 later anyway, I think. Okay, so King H2 and then F4 looks like a decent plan. So I'm thinking F4 and then F5, F4, F5, G4, G5. This looks as though I'll be driving the knight away from central control, gaining space, and it looks dangerous for king safety as well. So this is why I really love this plan. Tactically, you've got to be aware of all the forcing stuff as well, even if it seems ridiculous to try and calculate it. Because here, Knight G4 could have been dangerous, you know, check, Bishop H3, but it seems to hold for white there. Okay, that aside, I'll plough on with Queen H5, I think. There's Knight F6, Queen H4. Knight E4, Queen E4, I think that's reasonable. Let's see, Knight F6, Queen H4. Knight D5, hitting the Queen, Bishop G5. F6, Knight D5. I don't think that's a problem to play Queen H4. So Knight E4. I'll just take the Queen off and D takes anyway. But yeah, checking out the forcing stuff is important. So let's see, Bishop G5 here for Knight D5. If H6 Knight D5, HG Knight takes is check. So Knight D5 is on the cards here. Oh, there's also Queen E5 check. Yeah, it's Queen H. Okay. Still, I think it's still attractive because of Knight D5. Knight D5. If the knight moves Knight D5. Okay, the knight hasn't moved. Now, yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, that's a good try. I could try and build up on the G file or something with Rook G3 and then Bishop F6 threatened. There's no Rook G1 here. I could just take that. I'm just thinking taking might not be that big a deal, so I'm thinking Rook G3 first. Okay, so Rook G3 first, threatening Bishop F6. And there is Bishop F2, Bishop F6. There's Rook G7. You know what? I think have I just lost the exchange? I think I managed to lose the exchange. Oh crikey! Really? Did I just lose the exchange? That's fascinating. Two bishops. Hang on. What's the situation? I've lost track of the situation. Even I've got two bishops, and I feel 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I feel I'm the exchange down. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh dear. Yes. That wasn't the intention. Okay. But sometimes it's good when stuff like that happens. I think the top question to ask when something like that happens is, do I have any compensation? It's a key question. Do I have any compensation? Because sometimes that's like bluffing a sacrifice, because sometimes you discover that there is compensation, and in fact you might have played it even then after, because if there was compensation it could have been like a sacrifice. Here, okay, I don't think there's too much compensation here at the moment. But if the bishop moved here, then maybe bishop g5 to f6. Okay, I don't want to trap the rook particularly. In fact, yeah, g takes is a pin on that bishop. That's fascinating. Yeah, maybe I should try and hold f5. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look very well, does it? Let's just go here, try and avoid the rooks coming off. It was going so well until I lost tactically the thread of things, I think. It was going so well. It was going so well. And now, I don't know. Where is the compensation? I can kick that bishop at least off this diagonal. Maybe bishop e3 to d4 and then knight f6 check now. Maybe that was a bit greedy what he just played. There is bishop c5 takes rook d3 bishop d4, which is okay because king a7 rook e7. I've probably got some compensation, but if I want to do that, why not just play bishop g5 to get onto f6? So d5 bishop f6 check. Right. Okay. Maybe I should stop d5 for a moment. d5. Actually, moving the bishop as knight f6 check. I just realised as well that there is a possibility here of knight f6 check to avoid trying to get mated. Knight f6 check. Okay, and get my exchange back. Knight f6, rook f6, rook e8. Except king moves away from a checking area. That's possible. All right, let's try this. Okay. I've gone into d5, haven't I? Try and blunt the bishop. Yeah, I lost the thread there. I lost it. What happened? I went into bishop f2. Let's just have a look at this for a moment. Did I miss something about bishop f2? Is, yeah. In fact, I have to play. It seems I have to play bishop f4 now, which wasn't the intention. So the way I play it, I am losing. Yes. Okay. Well played. Nearly getting there. Nearly getting there. Well played. On hi on Okay, I think he's a London system player. I have to play this way, not the fianchetto. Okay, maybe he's not a London system player. Okay. Slav for a moment. Oh, it's a 3-minute game as well. Oh, it's not a 3-minute with increment, is it? Oh, blimey. This, oh, I didn't mean to play an increment. Oh, crikey. This is not good news. I shouldn't play increments. Okay. Just for the schedule, if nothing else. Alright, try and stop b4. Try and establish something on e4 as a basis for... I didn't notice it was increment. Please don't send me increment challenges because it's not very good for the schedule, but I don't know how long this will last. I mean, this might not last ages and ages, especially when I'm playing it. b5 is incoming, is that? How about g5, g4? Is this too aggressive? This minority attack is a bit scary. I don't know if, can I get away with g4? Try and get some counterplay over here. Maybe knight takes is better. Knight e5, I take this g file, king h8 later. I'm hoping this g file is handy. How would I do that with the g file? f5? Okay, this is... Maybe bishop f5 is possible. There's f3. Okay, for moments. This. I'll try and use the g file with rook g8, I think. I'm going to get pinned bishop here. I don't like this b file infiltration particularly. Try and unpin. I think it doesn't matter about h6. Bishop f6 just to align the rooks. Rook g6, bishop f4, rook g8, g3. Let's have a quick look. Or bishop f8 to evict the queen. Maybe that's more important here. Rook g6 after. Okay, rook g7. Yeah, I'll drop the bishop. Hold on. Queen f5. There's bishop e5. Okay, I'm running out of possibilities. Okay, this one. King at h7. Okay, hold on. Can I get any threats going? Queen f5 on f2. So bishop e7, trying to lure the queen away from. Slightly dangerous, isn't it? Oh, I think he had check on g8. That was totally winning. Oh dear. I think there was a check on g8. Okay, this is still pretty bad. Can I play for g3? Oh no, there's bishop takes g3. This is not good either. There's just bishop takes g3 here. Ah. Well, that helps. Alright, I can win the rook, I think. Try and win d4. There's no checks. Not that terrible. There's rook b3. Right, that pins that. I think, yeah, there was a missed win, I suspect. Let's have a quick look. I think it's another missed win. Okay, hang on a sec. I think here, this was, I didn't factor in something. Yeah, I think check, and that forces the king here, and then just rook g8 check would win the queen. Yeah, that was. It was starting to creak there. Could I have done something earlier? Around about here. I probably... Do I have to take the queens off? Well, one suggestion is queen g5. This is getting really dangerous. Yeah, I think it's getting really dangerous. This is winning now. Rook b8 is winning. Yeah, there's a threat of... Yeah. It looks very bad. Wow. Yeah, okay. Lucky escape there. That was just lucky escape. Well, okay. Okay, I'll try Sicilian. Okay, it's pretty quick, this guy. Pretty quick. I wonder if I can undermine the center. E6 is a bit of a liability. Yeah. Okay. What is the situation here? Pressure on d4. Backward pawn on e6. The bishop's controlling b4. There's no knight b4. Any queen d6 maybe? For knight b4, take off that bishop. Bit of pressure or not? Queen d6 seems a sensible move anyway. A less than sensible move might be g5. Yeah, that probably is not too clever. But queen d6. Oh yeah, g5. G5. Have a look at some stuff. I'm gonna have a look at some stuff on g5 for a moment. Maybe not here. Maybe not here. Is that bishop takes? Knight takes. Rook takes. Rook takes though. Knight takes, queen takes. This is not working. Right, so he's clamping my e5. Maybe queen d8 is good for g5. If I really want to get this moving. Queen d8. The idea of g4 if knight e5. No, I'm just weakening myself. Right, how do I play this in a sensible manner? I'm already tied down to e6. Is there actually a sensible manner to play this? Bishop takes here. No. Alright, let's see the pressure increase. Let's just go back here. I'm just retreating. I move. Alright, this end game bishop versus knight scenario could be interesting. If I doubled rooks on the F file, so you can't take with the rook because of that F4 pawn now. So is this back row weak? Is there queen b5 for rook f1? D takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook f4. F takes, isn't it actually queen f7 for rook f1? Queen e2, rook f2. So queen f7 here. So I'm printing rook f1. Queen e2, rook f2. Queen d3. Let's start calculating this. As a check. Yeah, this could be a better ending. Okay, let's see what he does here. If I type down to d4, I think that's good fun. Get the queens off here, type down to d4. Because there's rook c8, rook c4. This would be a dream rook and pawn ending, I hope. Or immediately, instead of allowing king g3, what about rook f2 here? Because rook c8, king g3, there's no rook f2, so rook f2 immediately to hit b2 to keep the rook on the 7th for rook c8. 2 pigs on the 7th. Okay, for rook a3 I can take on b2, but I really want to get both rooks. Any king g3, I want to play rook c2. Rook f3, still rook c2. Okay, rook c3, rook c3. If b takes, rook takes a2. If rook takes b2. So rook c2 incoming. So can I just take on c3 here to win a2 or b2? I think that's okay to win a2 or b2. okay. Go back for d4 here for a moment. Rook b7, rook d4, rook b6, king f5. I think I'd still have the edge as this centre collapses. I got the past d pawn. I think I'd still have the edge, but let's look at this. Rook takes b6, king f5, rook b7. I think this is a fun scenario. Maybe g5 just to maintain at one pawn against these two. g5 is probably the way to go. Take out the centre pawn and start marching the d pawn. So let's see. Rook d2 coming up. Okay, this one. There's no g4 here, is there? There's h4. How long is h4? Let's play king f6 instead to avoid h4. And slight improvement here. I can play rook a3 to kick the king back. So rook h5, rook a3, slight improvement. Kick the king back and then g4. There is g3 after. Is that worth it? We'll just take that off. I think it might be worth getting rid of that potentially dangerous pawn. Kick the king back. Start marching these two connected pass pawns in the centre. How to do this? Maybe king f d3 for d2. Hang on, what about just d3 for d2? There's a check and then d2. We're landing gear is in place. Right, thanks for the game. Yeah, that was a fun one. Okay. Ooh. That was a fun one. Okay. Shooting forwards over 3,000. That's a good rating, isn't it? Okay, so this line, can I do this? I think I'll try this. So if takes knight d5, bishop d8 is a standard known mechanism. Just running knight b5 actually. Okay. I don't want to waste too much time addressing knight b5 particularly. Can I ask this bishop to swap off so I can at least address knight b5 with bishop d8? Right, so I get my king protecting f6 as well. Only bishop e6, there's knight c5. f5 here, knight c5. How dangerous is this? e4, f3. It's probably quite dangerous. So bishop e6, knight c5. b6 I weaken c6, but c6 is protected. What do I want to do here? That's fascinating. Okay, maybe b6 is just about playable. Or rook b8. Rook b8 first. don't think knight c5 is doing that much here. So b6, bishop e6 without knight c5. Maybe even bishop b7. Oh, f5 here. Where does that knight go? Okay, I'll unpin. So f4, interesting. f4, okay, so bishop e6, queen f7. I'm leaving that knight loose. This knight can't be left loose. e4 maybe. Let him play f3. e4 to play knight e5 and c6 maybe. Knight e5, c6, and then bishop f6, and then knight f3 to win the queen. So, but f3, okay, weakens e3 a bit. But can I play knight e5 and c6 here for bishop f6? Or it's better to just take here, I think. Okay, there's knight takes f3 after. So if I want to play knight e5 for c6, probably here is a good time to play it. Okay, let's go with this. So I want to get this horrible knight away from being a pain in front of knight f3. Knight g4. There's no knight h5 for queen h5. What does that mean? Is that good news? Good news in the respect knight e2, there's knight e3. h3, fg. Alright. Okay, I could be losing too many pawns here. Queen g6 might be needed. Anything more dynamic? Not really. Oh, has he got an exchange sack? I think he might have rook f5 coming up. Okay, it might be safer to do something else, given that there's rook f5. Just play on the dark squares instead, except there's knight e4. This looks as though it's bad news. There's knight e4 coming up. If I played queen h5, g4, queen h4, knight f3. Okay, I'll just keep the dark square bishop on. I'm down on the clock by about a minute. Okay. No, I don't know. It's troublesome. Can I get in on the dark squares? Bishop d4 for queen g3. Bishop h2. Bishop a6. Bishop a6. Rook e8. Let's try and... e5 I think it's going to be crushing. It's queen g3, it doesn't do anything. It seems to be 2 pawns down, not much compensation. Yeah, it looks pretty terminal. I think I resign now. Oh, dangerous, dangerous. Let's have a quick look. Okay, it says I'm about equal here, technically. Yeah, mate, I think this is controversial, asking... Oh no, it's actually the top. Okay. Oh, it actually gives knight e5 as a pawn sack. Hang on. Okay, there's an alternative here, bishop g7. Yeah, actually the g5 thing is asking for a problem on f5. Yeah, no, the g5 thing is bad idea. Yeah, because there's always a rook sack for this diagonal. I think, yeah, g5 is making things... Have I got... What? What's this? Alright, it seems to be winning. Knight takes e3 seems to be very promising. Somehow, I didn't see that. It's pretty forcing, isn't it? Rook takes and then bishop here. It's pretty forcing. But here, yeah, I think it's very bad news, this, because I think he just takes on f5 and then bishop e4. Similar sort of pin pattern in a way. Hang on, I thought this was totally winning, but yeah, g4. I don't... King... Yeah, that's totally winning. But by the same token, on the dark squares, it seems knight e3 even here is still on the cards, missing this. So earlier, even before g5, no, just after g5, here, bang, knight takes e3. Knight takes e3 with the queen on e8. Okay, there were some chances there, it seems. Okay, thanks. Okay. I'll try knight c3 again. g3. And do I want to take, or maybe I'll see what happens here. This is getting rid of my dark square bishop. Okay, it looks as though I'm in some pens. I'm going to relieve the pens for a moment. Knight takes d5 maybe to consider, because it takes knight f6 check. If knight takes d5, oh, it's protected though anyway. Alright, I'll just I want to play this without any problem with g4, so king h2 and then f4 coming up. Knight d5, there's always knight d5 as well as knight d5. Is that really the case? E takes, bishop takes d2, d takes. Is it actually the case? Knight takes, c takes, bishop takes. If knight takes, e takes, bishop takes, there's d takes there. I don't know, that might be promising. Yeah, that was interesting. So f4 coming up. Okay, I've just given up b2 though. Mind you, if he takes knight takes, I'm on the h5 pawn. So right, this g file could be good if I just do g takes. I'm hoping the g file is actually quite good here. Well, why my screen keeps popping up on. Oh, okay, stop that. Okay, f5 here would drive the bishop away, surely. Let's see, knight g3 and then f6, or f6 immediately is looking. I don't know, f6 immediately, g6, knight g3, or rook f3 to g3. Knight, rook f3 to g3. Rook f3 does support rook g1. I think I might try it like this: rook g1, rook g3. Get some alignment against g7. So rook g3, bishop f3. Some alignment of forces against g7. So bishop f3 coming up. Does he have to defend? I'm hoping he defends. Nope. Putting me in a more controversial situation. Why can't I take on g7? Looking at tactics, queen b4 and queen h6 sometimes now, because I'm crazy like that. Just making sure I'm covering all the forcing moves, but there's an immediate queen h3 to be concerned about. So I can't take that without queen h3. Can I play rook g3? So that seems to stop actually queen f2 as well. So I'm thinking queen b4 and possibilities of queen h6 sometimes. Queen b4, c5. b5 is a bit looser there, otherwise there's queen e7 mating. If I played a4 here, knight d6, queen b4, there's still c5. There's a check and then queen c4, isn't there? Just if bishop e8, this means like rook g8, but that looks very promising. Maybe there's something there. On bishop e8, what about just queen e6? Weaknesses of the last move slipping in. Queen e6 threatens queen e7. If rook d7, then rook g8 is mating. Yeah, bishop e8 creates a weakness of the last move, neglecting e6. So I pounce into that, threatening queen e7. Rook d7 to try and defend against that. Then there's just rook g8 check, rook takes g8, mating. I don't think there's any major check here, so queen e6, threatening queen e7. Cutting the king off e7. Right, so that's checkmate. Right, thanks for the game, small student. Alright, so big boy. Oh, thanks again. Hi guys. Chess energetic. Yeah. Hi. So yeah. Okay. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Okay. Big boy. 2015. Yeah, I think sometimes it's good to analyze the nonsense. I was just saying that because as long as it's forcing moves, they're sort of guaranteed nonsense. But the more guaranteed nonsense you look at, the more you get to see the pieces functionally rather than just like aesthetically looking pretty. You can see more of their functions even through the nonsense, if then forcing move variations. I think it's an insight of some sort. Okay, I'll give 10 seconds here. 1 elephant. I did move, right? I am white. Okay, so I am waiting a move here. Okay, 1 elephant, 2 elephants, 3 elephants, 4 elephants, 5 elephants, 6 elephants, 7 elephants, 8 elephants, 9 elephants, 10 elephants. Okay, I think I'll have to abort this. Maybe challenge later. All right, let's go on to the next. Swiftly moving on. Okay. Fan. Okay. Knight f6. So we have another King's Indian style position. This is interesting, I think. The d4 central issue, d4. Try and torture d4 here. Fix the queenside pawns. So bishop d7. Now if I wanted a torture d4 plan A, torture d4 is bishop g4 maybe, with the idea of taking on f3, knight e6 to d4. Is it worth doing that plan? It might be, actually. I think I might go for that, now that I mentioned it. Slip in the knight to d4. If you celebrate pawn structure or your plans, it's more of a fixed target. Pawn structure based plans, positional plans. Get rid of this or take. What's the advantage of c6 against knight d5? I'm thinking, what is c6? There's always bishop c3 though. My fun could be ruined soon because there's bishop c3 and taking on d4. I wonder, knight takes, queen takes, getting a tempo doesn't do anything, does it? Bishop g2. That tempo doesn't do anything, does it? You know what? I can torture c5 now and b3 with this, I think. So knight c5, so I can let him take on d4, have another knight entrenched on another dark square, so it's not the end of the world to lose the d4 knight. Unless I want to do something else with this position. Knight c5 seems it seems okay. It does extend the scope of the bishop by a bit. The e5 square is given to me. I've still got a clamp against the b pawn. Queen d7 with tempo with the bishop g4, bishop g2. Alright, so here I can actually, f4. Okay, let's stop f4. Let's go dissuade, f4. There's knight g4. Yeah, knight g4 would be annoying. If bishop g5, h4. So maybe f4 is the idea. If knight e6, f4 takes. Okay, getting some of the picture. There's knight b3 to reinforce the knight anyway, with tempo. Maybe something like h5 and if f4 bishop h6 without any knight g4. So if I want to dissuade any f4 plan with bishop h6 without knight g4, okay. I think that's just prettiness, knight e6. Knight b3 is also the same support of d4 if I really want to replace d4 with a knight. Now there is an undermining of dark squares which seems logical, but there's always the g4 square. It's not that clear cut. Maybe it's better to wait for f4 before playing h4. So queen d7 maybe. I think my rooks want to play for f5 here. Okay, knight b3 would hold that knight without any f5 issue. The thing is that pawn's pinned now to e3. h4 again, there's knight g4, hg, king takes, bishop takes, f4. Maybe that sort of stuff is possible. h4, knight g4, hg, king takes. Maybe h4 here. It would be giving me a trump card to lose the dark square bishop. I'll try and seek some stuff on dark squares as soon as that bishop is lost. So hg here anyway. For bishop f4, is that an exchange sack on the cards? Maybe g takes for a moment. Or is that terrible? And d5, this is a bit scary. I think I want to blunt the f file. Not to have a rook, maybe f6. f6 to stop f6 form pawn. And that gives me queen f7 on, say, sometimes queen f7. Okay, bishop g7 for f6. I'm hoping, because I've got d5 covered, there's no bishop d5. Actually, so I'm thinking queen f7, try and get back to the dark squares in the g file soon. So evict the queen first, and then maybe wriggle the king to e7. Use the G and H files. Can I do this? So king f8 to e7. Let's unpin anyway. There's no killer tactic there, is there? You can have the pawn, I guess, and this. I've got a tactic here to look at. Nope. So king e7, rook g8. And maybe there's knight d5, cd, bishop d5. Well, if the queen was on g3, there's queen h5 there. Is he going to take on g3? This knight d5, I could ignore it. King d7 is knight b6. King d8. Alright, I think I'll... I don't think it's too deadly, knight d5. King d8 maybe. I want to get my rooks to h and g8 here. H and g8 squares. h8 and g8. Alright. In fact, I don't know, there's queen f8. Is that necessarily winning if I just take and then queen f8? I don't know about that, actually. That's one move which is important, surely. And I can just move the king. Okay, bishop d4, queen d4 is threatened. That's unpin. Now bishop e6, there's knight e6, fe, rook e6. Bishop d4, knight d4, there's no queen d4 now. Have bishop h6, queen g7. Okay, what's wrong with d takes? Let's think about this. think I want to play d takes. What's the problem with d takes? Is it rook e5? There's rook e5 for this. Let's try and unravel with queen g7. Well, there's knight takes a5 here as well. Yeah, I thought that knight d5, and then I realised maybe I should just take it instead of, yeah. Okay, thanks. So we both were thinking about knight d5. It's interesting. Okay, dangerous opponent from last week. So now my anti-London system is not to play the King's Engine Fianchetto, but do this instead to try and celebrate b2, because that bishop has locked itself out of b2. I'm optimistically trying to play for bishop f5 here. Okay, it seems a little bit weakening to play f3. In principle, I think it might be asking for e5 at some point. Maybe okay, my pawn chain doesn't, I don't want to dismantle my pawn chain though at c4. So if I castle in f6, it's like a French defense, isn't it? Maybe I can even sack a piece in the center. It looks like a French defense style position. On the other hand, I'm not sure this piece sack is doing much. And if it's not, oh no, it's a bit cramped. Queen d8 for g5, g4, maybe the queen goes back. Maybe b5, a5, b4. Is that also bishop h6 to stop any knight g5? I think there's a structural plan, plan A structurally, a5, b4, try and weaken white structurally. On the other hand, there's plan B, which is try and celebrate the diagonal if he's going to play b takes, try and use d5 square in this diagonal. Like knight b6 to d5. Right. Okay, I can play a check and then g5 here. Is this too weakening? Bishop g3? Or knight, does he play knight g5? No, I think I can just take that. If he plays bishop g3, then I can play queen e7. Is that too ambitious? I can play a5. I can play on this side with h5 or rook f5. Maybe rook f5 double. I don't know if he's playing this at some point to surprise me, b takes. If I get the queen to g6, there's rook f1 winning the queen. It can be arranged queen g7 to g6 or not. And maybe is AB going to be good? There's bishop g4 on the cards as well. Okay, there's bishop g4 on the cards. Right. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Maybe play bishop f4. I don't want to get too short on time. That happened last week. Can I try and avoid getting too short on time? I can get out of this check. Do I resolve that tension? There's no entry point here. If I resolve that tension for the moment, given that there's no entry point for the rook, can I not play for queen g7 and stuff over here? Right, go on the attack. Keep my queen protected. Well, there's knight h4, isn't there? Okay, I'm nearly running into knight g6. I've got to handle knight g6. Well, rook g3 and a sack, try and open up the bishop for something rook h3. So something like rook g3, knight e5, rook h, that sort of thing. 2 pawns for a piece here. Let's open up this bishop. There's knight d3 as well. I think this could be a tactical tool. d4 bishop g2 for winning a7. Or maybe not. I've got a load of passed pawns in the centre here. That's fun. So I'm looking for d4 bishop g2 if I want to win an exchange, but there's also free connected passed pawns over here. So bishop g2 to start off with if the knight moves. And there's a lot of passed pawns in the centre. Okay. d2 or e4. Check. Right, there is rook e3 to look over here to e3. f3 rook e2. There's rook c1 mating on rook d3. Yeah, that was pretty tense. there's a liability created with rook a7 to look out for. That shortcuts all calculations. Once you establish that as a liability, you're looking out for bishop g2. The pass pawns in the centre are looked forward, sort of. If you have pass pawns in the centre, you should go much deeper into the position. So yeah, I thought there was some compensation. Thanks. Yeah, fun one. We played earlier. I got to decline that. Polyga, I think we haven't played before. Polyga. We haven't played Polyga before, have we? Have I played Polyga before? I don't remember. Okay. Okay. Trying to get the c5 square. This configuration, I think it happened in the Fischer game with bishop d3. I think, what's the problem with this configuration? Actually, I remember, even from a Leela game, there's one problem with the bishop here. Well, that's interesting. I'm threatening immediately knight takes. I think there's some issues of b5 sometimes. Just looking at the tactics here, knight e4 and queen h4. Also knight a4, knight e4, queen h4, queen e4. If it wasn't for that pawn, there's a Gormani game I remember with b5, and then there were these tactics in the King's Indian. It was quite amazing. Does that work here? b5. If he took, okay, I think on b5 there's other stuff. The queen's protecting. It's not quite working. I don't want to lose too much time on the clock either, so I'm going to just try and play a normal sane move. Okay. Another normal same move, maybe. So knight f4. This seems such an interesting configuration with the bishop on a4 though, to try and tap into. Knight f4. G3. Or just b6 here. Let me just. Right. He's got a point. Alright, it's very interesting. Okay. I did talking about c7. f5, f4. f5, f4, is that a plan A? At least f5, f4, gain some space, and then maybe g5, knight f6, g4. Is that a plan A? Is it too ambitious? f5. It looks like you'd normally want to play something like that in the King's Union. f5, f4. Here, any problem? Doesn't seem to be. Knight a7, bishop d7 maybe. I think f5, f4, classic pawn storm. Right, just classic pawn storm business. Maybe knight b7, I've seen that in another kind game, knight b7. So knight f6 and then g4. The knight's otherwise not helping much. Alright, it wants to win a pawn over here. Probably better to let the pawn be won there than doing anything about it. I just want to carry on with my thematic pawn storm over here. There is a slight issue with bishop h4, though, on g4. Because I haven't got e8, of course. Have I got... What about queen... If I play queen e7 to f7, bypassing the e8 square, holding c7 still. So queen f7... Queen f7. Yeah, still queen f7. Unless he's playing for g3 here, is he? I don't want to open up the files against me, particularly with this, because that g file could be dangerous for my king. If he took anyway, I think there's knight e4. So how do I actually progress here if he's dominating all of these squares now, and I can't play this because of that g file? Can I actually move this bishop? Okay, this is interesting. I'll keep the bishop on this diagonal. That's usually the classic. Okay, I can take on b4. Maybe. Hit this b5 knight. This pawn sack is interesting. It was a pawn sack. Am I imagining that was a pawn sack, right? What about just rook b8? Hold on a sec. Just target my attentions over here for a moment. And if I just try to win another pawn, my back row would be fatal, wouldn't it? Maybe I should take that off. I can surely take another pawn. Back in my mind, I'm thinking knight d5 and e4 hitting that rook as well. For g takes, that would be dangerous as well. There's also a queen d5 possibility, hitting a8, and then also spotting f3, fg. Okay. Alright, isn't there b3? Has he got something nasty to b3? Try and use this pawn. H4 is weak there, isn't it? Let's go on the g file for fun. Queen g7 to threaten mate on queen f5. Okay, thanks. Yeah, it was a fun one. Okay. Killer cats. D4 focus. Plan A. Dominate the D4 square. Okay, I think I have to do something about this. Knight e7 and d5. Alright, d4 is undermined. I've got to be really careful here. This might not be that good. Is that Queen b6? I think I'm tempted to try Queen b6. d5 is a temporary pawn sack. And there's knight h5 to f5, okay. Right, if I take here, then there's d5. It's a slight upgrade, I think. This position, because there's bishop takes c3 lines now. And also I'm holding, of course, c5. So I'm threatening d4 here. This seems to be much better. Bishop takes c3. Let's put the queen back. Knight b5, bishop f8 maybe. What I want to look forward to, I think the plan A now is knight h6 to f5 with h5 to hold that d4 square. On knight b5 there's bishop f8. But I think h5, knight h6 to f5. That will also hold the d6 square. So knight h6 to f5. Looks nice. Now I'll put the bishop on c6, the next plan. Bishop on c6, I think, for d4 to be threatened. It looks nice and positional as well to put the bishop here. I think another plan is b5, b4 to drive the knight away. Yeah, I think b4 is looking good. b4. Full steam ahead over here. Oh, knight d4, knight c2 was winning. Oh, just realised knight d4 to c2 was winning because it's smothered mate. Okay, will that rise again? I missed a quick win. Yeah, knight d4 to c2. Okay, that's off. I just saw it just then. Okay, just saw it too late, too quick. It's still, I think, a dangerous position. I think a3, taking knight d4 to b3 is on the cards. I'm going to take the queen. Right, knight d4 threatens knight c2. If rook c1, knight b3, ab, knight a3, rook a3 takes b2. Okay, I can put some more pressure on b2 here. I can threaten knight c2 checkmate. So rook c1, knight b3 is mating anyway. Okay, knight b3 here is not mating. That is a defensive resource. I think there's still potential here for rook a3 and b2. Because if king a2, there's queen b3. So rook a3 takes b2, king a2, queen b3. There's a disconnection here to exploit. Yeah, thanks for the game. Yeah, so put that on the board. Yeah, this is checkmate. Yeah, it's dangerous. Yeah, I think I missed just knight d4. I think would have been. It looks pretty good. Knight. Yeah, I think the knight d4 miss, because that knight retreat is like setting up for a smother mate. Yeah, knight d4 here, and yeah, that's bad news on f3, and yeah, that was bad news. Okay. Okay, dangerous opponent 2400. A3. Can I play b5? Is it too weak now? I've already gone wrong. I play rook c1 here. There's a4. Maybe, can I play a4 maybe? I got a bit of a stingy eye now. Doesn't help. Okay. Right, b7 is attacked. That looks a little bit awkward. Okay. Why? Okay, let's put some pressure over here then. On c7. Queen c2 and knight e4. Put some pressure on c7, plan A. I'll have to unpin though. So if I unpin, then there's knight e4. f5, there's a knight g5 hitting the bishop. Okay, I think it's worth unpinning for knight e4. So I'm on c7, but also f5, there's knight g5. Can I take with the... That diagonal might be... Don't know. What's the difference? I don't know the difference. Maybe that seems okay. There's no knight g5. Hang on, I keep thinking knight g5. There's no knight g5 on f5. Now, why is c7? This is mysterious. Why is c7 hanging? Oh, because of a4. But then there's things like knight f6 after. I think I'll still go for this. So bishop a1 there, threatening knight f6. So I've got knight f6 or bishop a1. And this is bishop a1, keep the bishop hanging about. Knight g5 seems good. Bishop e6. Maybe I can play d4 even. Try and open up this bishop. On a1. But also, I mean, I guess I could have taken on b7, but I want to more liberate the pieces here, I think. I can take on e6 and then rook d7. I think d takes is working. Have I just gone into knight b6 out of interest? Alright, knight b6 I might have to take actually on b7. There's rook d8 as well. I wanted to liberate this bishop, but knight b6 is starting to be a pain. I think I might have to take on b7 soon. Takes check is actually winning the rook on a7, isn't it? Let's take this rook. That's fascinating. Okay. What's going on here? I'll start taking things. Get behind this pawn. I'll stop the bishop supporting the pawn, I think, with bishop d4. And bishop d5 is also hitting a2 and f7 potentially. I have to get behind this pawn for safety. There's things like rook e1. I'll get behind this pawn for safety. Alright, he wins f3, I see. Okay. I can take on f7, check and take here. That's like 3 pawns up. Maybe it's worth playing for that ending. On the other hand, yeah, if I played this, check takes there. b6 is also looking strong. If I look at that a bit further, king g2, knight d2, b6, knight c2, b7, knight c6. I take. It's easier to win, I think, that position. I suspect. Because my b pawn, the knights are not usually good against these pawns like that. King's a bit far away. I think I just play rook a2 and then come back to maybe even a7, rook c7. So rook a7. Cut the king, he can't take. So rook c7 then. b7. Let's fix pawns. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this session. Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, okay, I hope you enjoyed this session. Have a look at my Leela playlist. I'm trying to do these Leela games each day. There was a Magnus Carlsen game also to check out from the European Cup. I thought that was interesting. So yeah, have a good rest of the Sunday. See you next week. Thanks very much. One fun, 10 boring if you want to vote as well. Okay, I'll just say thanks here. And also remember about this discount code, Kingscrusher. Cheers then.